What's up, team, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the studio, and about once a year I feel like I make this video. It is check out my new ceremony rig. Well, we've got the newest of the new ceremony rig videos. I bet if you go back through this channel, this is like iteration 4 or 5 over the last several years. But I'm pretty proud of this one because it is a Bunn Gear original. I think I'm gonna call it the Cruiser. I don't know yet, it's a work in progress. It's currently a one-of-one prototype, but as you can see, it is basically an aluminum slant top mixer rack. I think I've got 9 spaces on the bottom and either 9 or 12 on the top, and the back actually comes off. And basically what we're gonna do is just switch to the handheld camera and get into it. Obviously this cart and the items in it are gonna be paired with a white Pro X speaker stand, the always prevalent EV Everse 8, and that's all we're going to talk about for the speaker because we've done a million videos about the Everse 8 and talked about it to death. But we are going to talk about everything that is in this cart and maybe even some things that I'm going to add later. And I think I've built the ultimate ceremony rig. And if you're interested in getting the Cruiser or whatever this ends up being called, drop a comment below this video because I'm curious to see if you think we should build it or maybe just make it a Joe Bunn one-of-one. All right, so let's get into it. So let's just start from the top down. Brand new, I've never even really used one of these before, but this is the Allen & Heath CQ12T. As you know, I'm not an external mixer with my DJ rig kind of thing. I was basically back of the speaker kind of guy, finally getting into using a digital mixer here, and everybody is super hype about this one. I gotta watch some YouTube videos on it, truthfully, and do a little bit of learning on it, but bought the rack kit with it, mounted it up a little bit higher, and the reason for that was coming down, I just put in a Bunn Gear standard rack shelf, the shallow rack shelf that comes with the Bunn Gear Command Center. Then you can see on the left and right, I just mounted with Velcro. These are our Sennheiser rechargeable battery packs, and you just kind of keep those slid in there. I'll put my iPad here, and you can see I've got my USB-C dongle to my 1/8 inch cable, which is also coming up here into the mixer. So I'll have my iPad here that we run the DJAY, the DJ app on. Let's come down to the next step here. We just got our standard Furman, this is the M-8X2. This is just basically a power strip, but I always like it because it's got an extra outlet here on the front and then multiple outlets on the back. I think there's 8, blank space. And then we've got our, you guys have seen this in all of my ceremony videos, this is the EW100 by Sennheiser. So this is gonna be our 2 lavalier mics, right? So this is gonna be lavalier 1, lavalier 2, and then what we are gonna use for this is our Sennheiser EW100 G3 that I've had forever. This is gonna be our handheld mic, and then I just kind of color coordinated them. This unit actually can run a handheld and a lavalier, or 2 handhelds or 2 lavaliers. But like I said, we're gonna use this unit for our lavs and then this guy for our handheld. And then we've got an antenna combiner in the back that basically takes those BNC cables and takes them to the same antenna kit that we have for our Bunn Gear Command Center. So we've moved our antennas, instead of being here on the rack kit or worse inside the Cruiser, we've moved them up here to the top. All right, the drawer obviously is going to hold all of our microphones. We have a custom insert coming from mycasebuilder.com or mycustomcasebuilder.com there. And then let's take a look here down at the bottom. I still got some cable cleanup to do, but as you notice, the entire rig is run off this Jackery. This is the Explorer 300. We've got it powered up right now. And then basically we have the power cord coming from the Furman unit, and then everything else plugged into the back of the Furman unit. And so therefore it is powering this entire rig, all of it. Everything is powered off the Jackery. We can even, if we wanted to, power up the Everse, say we forgot to charge that up, we can even just plug that into the Jackery as well. And it's got more than enough power for this particular system. The last thing you notice while we're down low is the quick release system that we've got on the Bunn Gear Command Center 2.0. We've also integrated into here on the left and the right so that your caster plate can come off if you are somebody that wants to take it off and maybe ride it on its back while you're in the back of your car. Then we've got 4 heavy-duty casters, 2 of which have brakes on them. So while I'm down here on the ground, just kind of spin it around. Again, there you can see the brake. And then basically what we've got here on the side are just standard road case handles that we have riveted in with this. Again, like I said, you've got the Bunn Gear antenna kit right here on the side with your half-wave Sennheiser antennas. Now, something that we've never done before is make the back on our DJ booths removable, because quite frankly, it doesn't look that great from the audience side. But for something like this, I felt like it was important. It's a little less noticeable, I guess, because you're outdoors doing a ceremony. I just cut this hole in the bottom. I'm kind of realizing that I probably didn't need to do that. I could have just run the cable out towards my feet. So I don't know if there'll even be a hole in the back. I'll probably just leave it solid like it was before I cut that hole in it. And in fact, I'll get a little grommet cover or whatever they're called, a panel cover over that. And these obviously would screw down once I'm done with all the wiring, but I'm just gonna kind of show you the back side of this, the behind the scenes, if you will, and just take this off. So now you can kind of get a look here in the back. I did a little bit of wiring. That's gonna be obviously going to the Everse. There's the back of the Furman, the back of the microphones. You can see the combiner going up here. Got these little tabs here, a couple of them fell off. I'm not sure if they're gonna work, but you can see the antenna kit here and here. All your XLRs going to your microphones, the Jackery here, the drawer there. Oh, there's your combiners right there. I just kind of stuck them on the side with Velcro. Not sure if it's gonna stay or not, especially when it gets hot, but I did stick them on the sides there. And that's kind of your, backstage tour of all the gear that's in here. And like I said, I mean, this is what we're gonna try and use this year. I do have one more thing that I wanna show you because I know you're gonna ask. I can't go out there and tear up my gear, so I have my friends over at Tuki, T-U-K-I, that make the slip covers for the command center. Make me one for this little cruiser card as well. So all you basically are gonna do is just take your antennas off, stick them in the drawer there, and slide this over the top, and you'll be able to cruise the whole thing in and out. And there is no setup time. I guess the only setup time would be putting the Everse up on top of the tripod and popping the legs out and connecting the XLR cable from there to the booth, and then you're good to go. So there it is, your first look at the Bunn Gear Cruiser and your look at the No Joe Bunn 2026 all-time greatest until next year ceremony rig. Let me know what you think. Like I said in the comments, if you want one of these things, or if you just want some questions answered about the gear inside, or tell me what you're using. I always read your comments. I always respond. Make sure you give the video a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you back next week on another one.